becomes the defender of the red, white, and blue. Well, that is unless they choose to use the title to insult Americans, as some have.
Hey, it's the title holder's freedom to do so, Saxton.
Looking a little out of it.
All right, guys, what's up? Madman here, and you saw a little bit of gameplay footage there. We're going to start a new series here called Madman Books, where we basically sit down and talk about various storylines, things that I think might happen, could happen, or just my spin on some various things going on right now. As you can see, the match unfolding there in front of you is Tommaso Ciampa, or Ciampa for short, and Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. Ciampa won a mini tournament last Monday, so quick disclaimer, this is being recorded the Saturday before the United States Championship match is set to take place. Basically, Ciampa won a mini tournament where he now faces Lashley for the United States title. The question here becomes, where does it go? I think there are a few different ways it can go, but let's talk about the one that I think is most plausible, and that leads to Miz and Ciampa having their own little feud after the Miz turns on Ciampa because he's jealous, basically, leading to the Miz versus Ciampa at Clash at the Castle on September 3rd. But how do we get there? Well, let's start with the August 8th edition of Monday Night Raw. Miz turns on Ciampa and cost him the United States Championship. That's a pretty self-explanatory deal. Pretty easy setup for this feud. On the 8/15, August 15th Raw, we would see a Miz TV segment where he explains that Ciampa didn't deserve his United States Championship. Even though he earned it, he didn't deserve it. Ciampa would come out to a probably pretty good pop at this point and gets held back by security because Ciampa's a pissed-off mess. I mean, Miz did cost him Stripey. So it would be right to assume Ciampa would be very angry about the fact that he didn't get his shake at the United States Championship. Later on that night, we would see Ciampa being interviewed by Kayla Braxton in the back, and that would lead to an assault by Miz and Alpha Academy. Now, stick with me here because Alpha Academy plays a big role in how this feud will play out. They beat down Ciampa, the three of these heels, leading to Ciampa finding his way into an ambulance and being carted off, presumably writing him off TV for a couple of weeks. Let's move on to the August 22nd Raw, where Miz would come out to have a match with someone. You could insert a random face here, really doesn't matter who. He wins the match and takes the microphone afterwards and talks about how Ciampa had done him wrong, and really, again, hyping the fact that he didn't deserve the title match and didn't give Miz the credit he deserved for helping him get to that point in his career, and that next week he was going to hold a final farewell for Ciampa and his career in WWE. Now we find ourselves on the August 29th Raw, the week before Clash at the Castle. Miz TV kicks off with a bang with a eulogy for Ciampa and his career in WWE. The Miz is doing his, typical heel thing. Here's the eulogy. Miz is delivering those kind of things, doing his best to get the heel heat that we all know he's very capable of getting. And as he's in the middle of this eulogy, we hear the beeping, the familiar beeping of the backing up of the ambulance. We cut to the scene where an ambulance backs his way into the arena. A little bit of smoke, a little bit of lights, and all of a sudden, the door opens up and Tommaso Ciampa walks out of the ambulance with his old theme song and the new attitude that the current main roster push hasn't seen him have. So Ciampa now has this angry, dark persona that made him really, really a big fan favorite in NXT. Not literally, but the fans love to watch him in NXT. So now we have The Miz and Ciampa heading on to a huge collision at Clash of the Castle on September 3rd. September 3rd, Clash of the Castle. Match could be set up as a good back and forth, just overall brawl, not a wrestling match, really. Let's keep it in Ciampa's wheelhouse. You have The Miz, who's, made a big deal about the fact that he's never been injured and has made a big deal in press about how he's never injured anybody. So you have this back and forth, this good match between the two. But we give Miz the win here after he manages to get a skull-crushing finale off the distraction provided by Maurice and numerous interference attempts by Alpha Academy. We end Clash of the Castle with The Miz holding one up on Tommaso Ciampa, but it doesn't end there. Check out part 2 for the Ciampa Miz storyline coming soon. Hit that like and subscribe button here on YouTube. Make sure that you guys ring that notification bell so that you can be aware every time we drop a new episode of Madman Books It. Until next time, we close the book